Okay, so looking at closed guard Kimura, the problem with the closed guard Kimura is, take a back step, how it's traditionally taught here in the bottom row, is from our position, Johnny will swim in, get my hands on the mat, and now from here, he's going to open his legs. He'll probably fake one side, and when I move my head that way to stop him, now he's coming up on an elbow prop and locking in the Kimura. Okay. From that position, he'll probably do my elbow to his body, swing his leg over my head, he'll end up here. And now he'll go for his Kimura. Notice the way in that position, it's very much a push-based Kimura, which can be difficult to finish, especially when the guy grabs the inside of the thigh on the bottom again there, bro. The problem with that movement there is, especially when he has to come up, that's a big movement. He has to come up on his elbow and physically get his back off the mat. Because it's such a big movement, he has to get past 3 layers of my body. My hands, my biceps, and my head. So for instance, from here, if Johnny pulls with his legs and gets inside control, now from there, as he tries to set up, I can just keep him back with my hands. Again, from our position, he gets inside control. As he tries to sit up, my hands can stop him. If he manages to get past my hands and sits up, my biceps, I can body lock him. And now from there, that whole Kimura is based on him being on his side, being on an elbow prop. I can just flatten him out. And now there's no Kimura. The other thing I can use is head positioning. When he breaks me down and tries to sit up, again, he breaks me down and tries to sit up, I can use my head. The other position we want to be thinking about is when he does come up, more than likely I'm going to grab the inside of my thigh. And now because he's using a push-based Kimura, it's just not going to happen. And then I can make him, yeah, go for it, bro. And then I can turn my hip and make him carry my weight, go for it. And this is why the Kimura from close guard is probably one of the lowest stats in competition jiu-jitsu. Because there's too many layers to get past using that traditional setup. So let's look at Danaher's way of doing it. Just do it on this side, bro. Perfect. So it doesn't involve a massive big setup. First thing I'm thinking about is, more than likely when I pull with his hands, day one jiu-jitsu, you never put your hands on the mat. If he does, you can just go for the Kimura. So when I pull, more than likely Johnny's gonna be putting hands on me. Perfect. I'm just gonna make like a baseball bat grip, 2-on-1, and I push Johnny's left wrist, okay, in towards his left hip. I hold it there and then I re-grab with a thumb up grip and I push that into his body. So if he tries to pull that out, it's difficult. And now from there I pull with my knees, but I don't pull Johnny's head over my head. I'm going to pull it over my left shoulder. Now it'll frame on me, but I can just control it and I pull it this position. Notice from here, Johnny's left hand can't stop me from getting the crossover hook. His left bicep can't stop me from getting the crossover hook. And because his head's over my left shoulder, it's very difficult for him to bring his head this way, because as he does, I just come over. And notice the way I'm getting that from flat on my back. I've broke him down so far, I don't even have to turn on to my side. This hand just comes over, I thread it through, and I make my connection. What's going to happen is, Johnny's going to probably grab the inside of his thigh. He's a couple of reactions he can do. He can go hand to hand, not recommended, but we will cover that. But a good strategy is he's going to grab the inside of his thigh. Now if I try to finish as a traditionally taught, by pushing, I'm just pushing into his own thigh, which is not going to happen. So the detail is, I lift my hips off the mat. so that Johnny's carrying my weight. And now from there, I'm bringing my elbow, my left elbow, towards my left armpit, and I move my head positioning so I'm not quite perpendicular, but I can see inside Johnny's left ear. I'm going to be moving my head this way to break open the grip. Once I break open the grip, now I need to get onto my left side. So I'm going to plant my right foot on the mat and invert my left knee. If you can see your left knee or it's pointing to the ceiling, you're doing a really bad Kimura. So I'm just going to shrimp out and invert my left knee towards the mat. Then I recross, okay, at his right hip. I still have the Kimura trap from this position. Johnny hasn't, can't get the grip again, but he will unless I make him carry my weight again. So again, the detail is lift your hips off the mat. Now I don't want this being a push-based Kimura, so all I'm doing from this position is making Johnny carry my weight, and now I pull my left elbow and move my head away. This hand's really not doing anything. In fact, I can just finish it from here with one hand. So everyone's pushing with this hand. So a one-handed version of it is that. Imagine if I am using that. The other detail I'm thinking about is I'm keeping this left elbow into my armpit, which is doing what? 70 apart. It's keeping his elbow in line with his shoulder. Just get an angle on this side, bro. So, from our position, okay, if he's posturing, I'm not thinking about getting his hands on the mat. I'll just pull until he places something on me, if that makes sense. Then I just get a 2-on-1 and I push that towards his body, and then I'll hold it in place so my right hand makes a thumb up grip and I just push it into his belly button. Pull it out now, bro. I'm not going to hang around here. I pull with my knees, but not head to head. I want him over my left shoulder, but this is in the way, so just move it out of the way. And immediately from this position, his left hand can't stop me because it's in my hip and my right hand's controlling it. His left bicep can't stop me because it's connected to my right hand grip, and his head's on that side. So in one movement, I don't even have to come up on an elbow. I'm just coming over for that cross lock. Okay. He grabs the inside of his thigh. Let's just say from this position, I tried the last move and I lifted my hips off the mat and I changed my angle. Notice the way my left elbow's coming back. I want to be moving it this way, but you'll get people that are very, very strong. Notice the way my hips are off the mat. I'm just going to hook my feet underneath Johnny's, as in grapevines, and I still lift my hips off the mat, but now I'll free that. The minute I free it, I put my foot on the mat, my left knee's pointing to the ceiling, I have to invert my knee, and then I recross. Okay. Now from here, we do not want a push-based Kimura, we want a pull-based Kimura. So from here, I'm bringing his elbow to my armpit. Finishing mechanics, my hips have to be off the mat. If my left hip's on the mat, I am not using good jiu-jitsu, so I make him carry my weight again. It's the difference in that. Look at the play I have to move that, and the difference in that, very little movement there. Let's just do it one with your back to the mirror there, bro. There's a lot in there. Close guard. We're here. Break him down. Get that 2-on-1 grip. Push it into this hip, and then re-grab it with a thumb up grip. When I pull, even if he's framing on me, I'm not looking his head over my head, I'm looking it over my left shoulder, so I just clear that. Immediately I just sit up, make my Kimura grip. Johnny goes and grabs the inside of his thigh, no problem. Make him carry my weight, and I can start to move my head. So I'm moving from sort of perpendicular to parallel. Then I need to invert my bottom knee. So when I recross, my ankles are closed at his right hip, not on his back. Now we're thinking about bringing his elbow into my armpit, which is bringing his elbow in line with his shoulder. Then I lift my hips again, that's the detail. Pull base Kimura. As I bring my left elbow up, my head moves away. So that is Kimura, or Danaher's setup for the closed guard Kimura.